Here we have a 2025 Kia K5. This one comes in the GT line trim level with all-wheel drive. This color is wolf gray. And then we have the black Syntex interior. Powertrain consists of a 2.5 liter naturally aspirated 4-cylinder engine, made it to an 8-speed automatic transmission. Now as we come around to the front end here, we do get our LED headlamps along with our LED daytime running lights and LED fog lights. The lights don't flash like that. That's just how my camera's picking them up. But ever since the K5 came out, really like the exterior design here. You get the front parking sensors integrated there. And then down here, these are gonna be 18-inch alloy wheels. We get passive keyless entry on the front. Sorry for the wind noise. Door handle there. We get one-touch up and down windows for the front, regular power windows for the back, electronic child lock and rear window locks there, power door locks, power mirrors, blind spot monitors in those side mirrors. Bose premium sound system. It actually sounds really good. I tested it out a little earlier. Trunk release is here, hood release, and then traction control, manual tilt telescoping steering wheel. And then here's our power driver's seat with two-way power lumbar support. And I love this red interior here. It looks absolutely fantastic. I think I said it was black earlier, so my mistake. But big thanks to John Roberts Nissan here in Manchester, Tennessee for allowing me to review this car today. I'll leave a link below in the description. But if you're looking to find the best price on one of these new, click on that second link down below. It takes just a minute to fill out your information, and I'll make sure the local dealers are fighting to get you the best price on this or whatever new vehicle you might be interested in. But space back here is actually really good for a four-door sedan. It's very impressive. My seat is adjusted up front for someone of my size, being 6'3" with longer legs, and I'm sitting back here and these aren't even touching the back of the seat, so that's impressive. Seat back pockets are on both sides. You get two USB-C charge ports down below, and there's a look at the front from back here. You get a panoramic sunroof on this one, and that's the sunshade there. And then this middle seat folds down. Bottle holders are there. Grab handle here, you can hang a shirt or something here. LED lights throughout, nice and bright. And again, it's just nice that we have the electronic child lock, so I don't have to worry about turning the key here. I can do that from the driver's side. Fuel cap there. And then as we come to the back end, we get the LED tail lights as well. There's a look underneath the car. But to open the trunk from the back, push this button. And pretty good storage space back here. You can pull these on either side to fold down the back seat. And then underneath here, we do have the jack and the spare tire. I wonder what's behind here. I don't know, I'm not gonna try it. Might be little pockets or something. I keep forgetting this isn't an SUV, so I was looking for the 12 volts, my bad. But rear side impact airbags. Seat folds flat and you can run longer objects through to the front. Top tethers right there. Lower anchors underneath there. Now front passenger seat's manual, but it's a 6-way, and I like that, so we can pump the seat up or down. Seat back can be controlled there, and then the seat bottom can be moved forward or back with that bar. Glove compartment here with owner's manuals. And we have the window sticker. Y'all can pause anywhere you need to take a closer look at anything. So you get that GT line red interior color. So that is a nice option. It's only $295, and that replaces the black, but a very nice color here. So I highly recommend that red interior. Now quick look under the hood. There's that 2.5 liter naturally aspirated 4-cylinder. Now before we hop in here, if I can make it, this wind is so annoying. But now let's go ahead and hop in the driver's seat. So I like the leather wrap steering wheel here. I actually like the horn sound too. Now we do get AM, FM, XM along with Bluetooth audio, wireless CarPlay, Android Auto compatibility, navigation system here. And there's that, so that's built in. You can just type in a destination, use voice recognition, whatever. And then you do have your notifications, HD radio data, vehicle diagnostics here. So once this comes up, you can actually see what's going on with your vehicle. Just takes a little while, but tells you the tire pressure monitor system, if it's okay, the braking body control, the airbag system. So it's really neat. It's almost like a little chip reader. So I like that. Backup cameras there, guidelines follow you to turn the steering wheel. You have different views as well for that backup camera. And then if you go to setup here, vehicle settings, general settings down here, and those are for your date, time, your language, and your units. You can fool with all of that there. Hazards down below. Now here's the craziest thing for me about this car. So you have dual zone automatic climate control, so you can fool with the temperature on either side, adjust fan speed, fan direction, and then temperature, all of that there. Now, there's no volume knob. Now, hit this, all of a sudden this turns into a volume knob, and then that turns into a tune knob, and you can go through and actually pull up the different things with the buttons down here, which is just crazy to me. At first, I wasn't feeling it because I feel like a lot of people are gonna hop in the car and be like, how do I get to my AC controls or to my volume controls? But once you get used to it, it's cool, it saves space, but it's wild. A lot of people aren't gonna like that, but whatever. 2 USB-C ports down here, 12-volt wireless charging pad, and then for the shifter, just hit the brake, push this button, reverse neutral drive, come over here and you can manually shift. And then you have the parking sensors. You can toggle the camera there, and then you have your electronic parking brake, pull up to engage, hit the brake, press down to disengage, automatic brake hold, 3-stage heated seats, heated steering wheel, and then your drive modes can be toggled here. You get your normal, sport, my drive, and snow. The center console cubby space, it's right in here. And with a panoramic roof, sunshade back, roof back, that's as far as it goes. But I love this red interior, I really do. Now up here, key connect, SOS, the sunroof controls, lights are there. And then your vanity mirrors here. But back to the steering wheel itself, left side stock blinkers, fog light toggle there, automatic low beams, you can turn everything off. And then you have your intermittent wipers here, one time off, intermittent low, high. You can adjust that intermittent frequency there, and then pull up for the front fluid. Other thing is these auto high beams work when your low beams are on auto as well, so you can toggle those. Now left side of the steering wheel, voice recognition, audio source toggle, volume, up, down, click that to mute. Your track list or radio station presets can be going through here, phone button, custom button, and then over here you have the gauge cluster controls here, so this goes through your sub menus, and then when applicable you can use this as a scroll bar or hold OK to reset depending on where you are. So tire pressure monitors, drive power, all of that. And then you have the smart cruise, turn that on, lane centering, adjust the gap for the smart cruise, set the speed, pause and resume there. Push button start right there. Finally, here is the key fob. So see all sides of that. But next, let's go ahead and take this 2025 Kia K5 GT line out on the road for a test drive. So starting the test drive in the K5 here, for this to have a naturally aspirated 4-cylinder, I love how it drives. I like the exhaust note, the engine sound, everything is just really nice in here. But when you first get in this car, what really pops out, especially with this red interior, is the screen layout. Everything just feels modern. You feel like you're in a $50,000 car when you get behind the wheel of this. Even though this is pretty much a mid-trim K5. But I love the Syntex leather. This red is, again, phenomenal. Especially for it to just be a $300 option on top of getting the GT line package. But it just, it's a fun car to drive. It feels like the newer body style Maximas, just in the sense that you have a good looking, I mean good looking car, and then something that's relatively sporty as well. But I think you get like 34 miles per gallon city, or 24 city, 32 highway with this, and this is all-wheel drive, so it might be 30. But regardless, really good fuel economy numbers for a car that gets up and goes pretty nicely. And I do like that we get a more traditional 8-speed automatic here as opposed to a CVT or something like that. It just feels more natural, especially if you put it into the sport mode and you start shifting those gears. But that's also where the fuel efficiency comes in. The way that the gears are set up, that 8th gear on the highway will about have the engine choking out. Not literally, but you know, I mean, it just keeps those revs down as low as they can go. I mean, I'm at 1300 RPMs right now. And honestly, the sound acoustics in here are really good. It's relatively quiet from the wind, even though it's really windy outside. The road noise, just with these thinner tires, I can hear a bit more, but it doesn't bother me at all. And I like just how everything is laid out again. Even though this kind of got on my nerves at first with the AC controls, you're sharing the screen with the radio controls, it looks clean, especially being able to go back and forth between those. And then just paired with the bigger screen up top, feels very, very techy, if that makes sense. But not in like a distasteful way where it can be overwhelming. It just honestly makes sense to me. But visibility's good, hood's not in my way. The only thing that's really impeding my vision out of the windshield is the steering wheel just a little bit. But if I lower it down here, literally I can barely see the hood, and I'm just looking at the road in front of me. A-pillars are very skinny, relatively. Yeah, very relaxing drive here. Now I am going to get it in sport mode as I get on the interstate here. I'm going to give it a nice pull. This has almost 32,000 miles and it's a 25 model year, which is crazy to me, but somebody's doing a lot of driving. But another big plus here is just having the all-wheel drive system, especially with snow, having that snow mode there. It just makes it easier to handle this thing in certain conditions. But we're in sport mode here. Here we go. So that was pretty much wide open for the most part. Not terrible. Now I do feel like from a stop, this tends to, and that's just that kind of smart stream technology that you get with these cars. I feel like that pulls a bit better from a stop as opposed to trying to give it full throttle getting on the interstate. But I want to give a huge thanks to John Roberts Nissan here in Manchester, Tennessee for allowing me to review this car today. I'll leave a link below in the description. If you're looking to find the best price on one of these, click that second link down below. It takes just a minute to fill out your information, and I'll make sure the local dealers are fighting to get to the best price on this or whatever new vehicle you might be interested in. But really good drive here. It feels so nice coming down the road. And I just love having the adaptive cruise mated with the lane centering. Again, it just makes driving on the interstate that much easier to do. But I think if you compare this to the Altima, if you compare it to the Accord, the Camry, this is, even the Sonata, this is one of those cars that looks fantastic, but it really is just a smooth ride all the way around, from the looks of it inside and out to the tech. In this GT line in particular, it just feels, so great. It just, top to bottom, feels like an expensive sports car. Now the powertrain I feel like is lacking a little bit just with a naturally aspirated 4 as opposed to getting an upgraded engine, but not really a big deal for me. I'd rather have the fuel economy numbers in this, especially because you get that manual mode anyway. So put your cold air intake and an exhaust on here and you might have something without having to upgrade your powertrain. But I'm still impressed with the sound acoustics in here. Again, for it to be as windy as it is outside, I'm impressed that I'm not hearing any wind noise in here. But with all that being said, this will bring me to the end of my review of this 2025 Kia K5 GT line with all-wheel drive.